Every brand tells a story. And they are the storytellers. The Sutradhars. They present a brand with band, baja and barat to you. They are the Brandwallahs. She is one of India's pioneering venture capitalists. Vani Kola, founder and managing director of Kalaari Capital. From breaking barriers as a young engineer to building and selling 2 successful companies in the Silicon Valley in the US, and then returning to India to revolutionize the startup landscape. She is the investor who saw the digital dream before anyone else. Having backed giants like Dream11 and Myntra, she has a front row seat to what truly makes a brand resonate with 1 billion people. In the high-stakes world of early-stage investing in startups, Vani Kola believes that capital is just the start. The real multiplier is a brand's ability to tell a compelling story and command consumer trust. She is our Brandwallah. Hello and welcome. You are watching the Brandwallahs. I am Krishnakumar and we are in conversation with none other than Vani Kola of Kalaari Capital. Vani, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us
nice to meet you.
On the Brandwallahs. The conversation I'm looking to have here, which is very different from the usual conversations we have in the Brandwallahs, has got a lot to do with AI and data, because if there's one thing that's reshaping marketing and revolutionizing marketing and changing the game top to bottom and bottom to up is actually artificial intelligence. And here we are, at a very nascent stage, so to speak, when it comes to artificial intelligence. And questions are already being raised on whether there are enough women in AI. Because globally, the studies that have been done so far have clearly shown the fact that women's participation in the AI workforce is 20%? 30% max, similar to levels of women participation in the tech space as a whole. And, how do you think India is in the context of things?
We don't fare any better, but we don't have to congratulate ourselves on that. But let's look at what we do have. From when I went to engineering and decided to be a geek girl, so to speak, where there was hardly less than 5% of women in engineering. Today, we have good numbers, 43%. So that's something to celebrate, because we always have to be optimistic about future. Without that, there is no future. But what we don't have, there are 2 parts to your question. What we don't have is enough women in leadership and roles where there is leverage to affect change. Now, the question is, there is a participation gap, the numbers that you mentioned. And the numbers get, of course, starker as the funnel goes down and you talk about, how much women get funding in deep tech, how many of them are leading research labs and so forth. But numbers apart, what really is so what, right? If we take next 2 decades to solve this. The so what problem is important, and it's a collective responsibility and obligation, which is you look at what is getting fed into technology is biases that are very consciously or unconsciously very deep rooted. Now, once that becomes the core intelligence on which society operates, it has far reaching unpleasant consequences.
That's what I want to know. When AI products are being developed, are they being tested for gender bias?
No, they're not. They're not.
They're not, right?
They're not, because we are getting, the question becomes, whose crown of thorns is it to put on their head, right? So you are taking what exists and propagating that, but that propagation is going to have immense amplification. The current data models never really captured the participation gap, and the problem with that is the perspectives can get twisted on simple things. Healthcare data trained mostly on male modeling, facial recognition, whether it's even more deeper on roles and pay equity, and so on and so forth. So much like data privacy laws and policies today provide a modicum of protection to a consumer, and cyber laws that every country and society has created, I think we need to ensure, whether men or women are building these technologies, that's a different question, from no matter who's building, there has to be models that are inclusive, not just of course for women, but that it serves everyone that it is supposed to affect. Without that, you will have a society that is very polarized.
In that context, you've also released a new report about women's participation in artificial intelligence. There's also a big, a gap in terms of the pipeline, in terms of the number of women taking up artificial intelligence and data courses, while for studies, and the job opportunities that are available to them when they complete. There's a big gap over there in terms of the pipeline and the opportunities.
Yes, but as I said, we all have to be optimistic. One of the partners in the report, I Merit, and then Herky and AI Kiran, if you see some of these initiatives, it really has to do with ensuring at a skill level to take on the next generation jobs, we are training adequate number of women. And that grassroots effort is happening.
Also, there's a challenge in terms of moving women into paid artificial intelligence roles, isn't it? That is another big challenge.
Yes, we are going to see rapid shifts and evolutions, and you have to start this early. You can say, is it high school? Is it even further back? Because today, almost anyone born in the last decade is digitally native, and anyone who's going to be born in the next decade will already be very deeply integrated.
They'll be AI natives.
Yeah, they will be, AI embedded, right? There is no distinction. And the way they are going to leverage technology in a different framework of creativity will be very different, right? You and I don't know about you, but I don't know calligraphy. But once upon a time, if you were scholarly, you knew that. But we all know cursive writing. My grandchildren are not going to know how to write at all.
They might not even know how to code after a point, because even that is being done by AI now.
I mean, coding comes so much later. Your writing, reading, grammar, right, which were the core fundamentals a child going to school with a slate.
Learn anything.
That's gone, right? So it really is accelerating learning in one way, but very different skills. We have a company called Zocket, based out of Chennai, and what they've done is, generally, who lacks resources? Small businesses, okay? But how do you level the playing field for them? So their marketing platform will be your large outsourced marketing department, which a large group or a large entity might have access to. It'll design all your collateral, understand your business, and design your collateral. Look at what is affordable advertising for you. Do the ad aggregation and channeling of in which channels you are getting better results. All of that intelligence, and automatically ensuring that that advertisement reaches Krishna on his preferred channel of, let's say, Moj or whatever it is, right? So intelligence to fuel marketing tools, technologies, we are already investing, and globally this is already happening.
Yeah.
Now, smart brands will proactively lead with this, because every competitive advantage since eons is you reduce your cost, increase your revenue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And marketing has been for long two things: large cost center without pure metrics that can tell you whether you really are following your true north or not, right? It has been more art than science, although there is science to marketing, but now more and more it's going to be pure science. So people who think about brand from systematic approach and leverage science to metrics will really lead and forward, and that levels the playing field.
Okay.
The other thing is distribution channels have become very, very democratized. Before, we have a company, Deconstruct, which does sunscreens, for example, and they've grown radically very quickly. 10 years ago, even if you had the science to create a product and a brand, channel was very expensive. But the cost of channel with digital marketing and digital distribution provides a level playing field for them versus, let's say, Unilever. So now you can compete on creativity and pure product quality.
Then what is the one thing about your job that you don't like at all? We don't use the word hate.
These interviews.
My goodness. We want a candid conversation in this show, but that's okay, let me finish the question at least. I was saying I'm not part of your daily work, your work, routine or anything of that sort. I'm more asking from the perspective of, your daily work routine, the one thing that you don't look forward to, the one thing you detest. We don't meet every day, you know what I'm saying? Any favorite brand campaign or advertisement or marketing campaign that you've worked on in some of the consumer startups that you've backed and turned out to be very good successes?
We have a company here in Delhi called Kind Life, and they are very much science-backed Korean beauty for Gen Zs, which means they're not trying to sell me an anti-aging cream,
or
let
for
us
me.
say. You don't need it, you look quite young. So, but I think the radical approach to how do you reach this audience, which is only through digital,
yeah.
Right? And for example, they had a campaign on glass skin. So I think the conversation you and I shouldn't go too deep into because I don't know what it is, right?
Yeah.
But very, very successful for the Gen Z. So what I'm talking about is you really have to invest into understanding your consumer.
The target audience, that is.
The target audience. And all of us are in two things: moment marketing and lack of attention spans, right?
Okay.
So we have to really get to the message faster, quicker. Right?
It's either moment marketing or doing something so clutter-breaking that it holds engagement within 10 seconds.
10 seconds. I was going to use the same number. So you can't even say I'm going to do 3 minutes.
No.
You know, so that is a new marketing challenge. You know, and I think storytelling hasn't been as difficult as it is today. If you have ability to write the Mahabharata, that's great, but not really if it's today, right? You have to be able to tell that story.
If you can create a good reel on Mahabharata, even better.
So I think nobody is going to do the 50 episode every week type of
50-second reel is what we're looking at.
So I think that is both a creative manager's opportunity and challenge and nightmare, if you will.
Okay, you're talking about so much about how much things have changed, how things used to be ads to now reels. Any favorite all-time favorite brand campaign, TV advertisement, or anything marketing campaign that really stayed with you and continues to inspire you even today?
Oh, there are so many.
Just your top of the mind, top 3.
But I remember one just because a long time ago when I was a newbie to marketing, which I kind of still am, but when I was really taking the babe in the woods steps, I remember one advertisement that really stayed with me, which was Volkswagen and their trucks, which neither you nor I will purchase, and very few people purchase that. These are the long haul trucks.
Yeah.
And they brought a actor past his prime, Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, where he does a split between 2 Volkswagen trucks.
And the point is, to me, it was marketing genius because I'm not the consumer, but what did they leave me with? I'll never be their consumer. That they have such precision engineering that they value and respect, right? Which means that by derivative, I apply that to all their other products, let's say. And knowing the clarity of what you want to communicate, and let's say that's precision engineering. How do you communicate that? Through products that the consumer is not even gonna buy, but you leave that decades later for someone to talk about.
Yeah.
So and there are so many such great stories from creative marketing. But I want to take a minute to talk about dark side of marketing. Something that I've been researching only more recently everyone knows what talcum powder is. And if you grew up in the time that I grew up, where you didn't have that much, beauty products. I remember my mother
talcum powder was the #1 beauty product.
Exactly, right? And of course, today we know that it is a cause of ovarian cancer in women, and I lost my mother to ovarian cancer. But not in her prime, she was 80, but still it's not a nice thing to have. But advertising can also influence you from not looking at reality, right? All babies were slathered with talcum powder, summers, whatever. It's safe for you, it's good for you, you will sleep better, more comfortable. But science was ignored and forgotten, even when they knew what they were claiming was not true. So the policy of truth in advertising, ethics in advertising, which doesn't get talked about as much on boards, investors, startups, large companies have been the bigger culprits of this, right? Who protects the consumer interest? Because the consumer themselves cannot. When you tell my mom talcum powder is good for your baby, then she's going to use it, right? If you have the money to advertise. So we are going to see a lot that's wrong in branding and advertising.
Okay.
So the policy, the protections is an urgency like never before, and we are very behind on that.
Okay. On that note, let me ask you this that we ask on the show all the time.
Yeah.
What, according to you, is the big buzz as far as the world of advertising and marketing and branding is concerned? What do you think is #1 trending in the world of branding, marketing, and advertising?
I already told you I'm an engineer, so I don't know anything about brands, marketing, and advertising.
But you've had your brush with marketing, for God's sake, and plus you built brands, so.
Yes. But to consider myself an expert would be ignorant, if not arrogant.
Well, from whatever you've been coming across on social media, and your conversations with people.
Yeah, so I think the shift that I see is how much technology and data, which wasn't the core of marketing and advertising before, but today how much and how radically that is going to change and is changing already brand building, coupled with everybody looking for something that is authentic, right? Authenticity, but how do you bottle authenticity? Is it,
how do you bottle air?
Yeah, so how do you bottle authenticity? I think that is the challenge for, because we all know that we live in a bit of a unreal world. So all of us want that authenticity in products, in messaging, in relationship with me, and so forth. And that becomes the more and more scarce commodity. And the more brands, companies, founders are true to that, I think even in a world where shifting attentions, perhaps you have a better moat. So authenticity becomes the moat. Easier said than done.
Okay. What according to you is overhyped in the world of branding and marketing, over spoken about, and hence it's actually quite blah,
For me, that's...
Too much gyan is given about it, but it's actually quite blah.
I mean, to me, honestly, I don't understand celebrity marketing.
Oh, okay.
I think that is the blah, because it lacks any creativity at all, and it insults the intelligence of the buyer, in my opinion. But it feeds on somebody's insecurity, fear, assuming that I can borrow credibility from you just because you are a celebrity and you can do more in selling my product than me being authentic and do that. So I think, especially in the world where we are going into, I think celebrity marketing will be less critical and important.
Vani, if I were to ask you, what is the one thing about your job that you love the most? The one thing that you wake up every morning for and go to your workplace to work? The one thing that drives you?
Yeah, that's very easy. Every day, I realize I know so little, and there is so much that's changing that I have an opportunity to learn, and every day keeping that curiosity alive, and at the end of the day, the satisfaction that my assumptions got challenged today and I learned something new. That's fresh, keeps it fresh every day.
Then what is the one thing about your job that you don't like at all? We don't use the word hate.
These interviews.
My goodness. We want a candid conversation in this show, but that's okay, let me finish the question at least. I was saying I'm not part of your daily work, your work, routine or anything of that sort. I'm more asking from the perspective of, from your daily work routine, the one thing that you don't look forward to, the one thing you detest. We don't meet every day, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think in the framework of detest, because if I really detest
that's why I say we don't use the word hate on this show.
Yeah.
That's something you don't look forward to, something that's an irritant that you don't like in your job. The biggest irritant, so to speak. Apart from doing interviews with people like me.
No, you are fine. Just interviews in general. I love doing the interview with you. But, I'm a person who's wired to be intentional about everything I do. So I don't really know if there is something about my day. And you also have to remember that I'm at a different point in my life, career, philosophy to life, that just in my core choices, I live very intentionally and accept whatever has to be done as necessary for where I need to get to. If you take up anything and do it very reluctantly, and if that is what you bring to even the smallest of tasks, I think you undermine and underserve yourself. Okay. There are many things that maybe you are strong at, not so strong at, like doing, don't like doing. But I think the mindset of intentionality to things you do, because I'm very much on manifestation and visualization. Okay. If you're visualizing something as negative, and if it's not necessary, you would never do it. If it is necessary, then you should change that mindset to think this is negative, but I'm doing it, right? Whether that's ironing your clothes or polishing your shoes, you're doing it because there's a reason to do it.
Yeah. So basically, people with negative mindsets is something that you don't look forward to in your work, essentially. Or just a negative mindset. I at least
choose to not embrace that for myself.
Okay.
Everybody is at a certain point in their life, and I have to accept where they are today.
Fair enough.
And not be pompous about it. But for myself, on a daily basis, since the question was not who are the people I like or dislike, what is it that I like or dislike about my own work?
Yeah.
And I think I bring a certain intentionality to accept and like whatever it is that I'm doing, because it has a certain purpose and a consequence.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We will leave it at that. Vani, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Brandwallahs.
Thank you.
Thank you.